So hello everyone, this is Light on the Tube, playing Destiny again, and I'm doing weekly Nightfall Strike again. This week, this Nightfall Strike is going to be on the Venus at Ishtar Sink. Let's just check out. It's going to be epic, which will mean that heavily shielded and highly aggressive enemies appear in great numbers. Okay, it will be juggler, which will mean that no ammo drops for your active weapon. Light switch, that minions of the darkness deal much more melee damage. Arc burn, arc damage from any source is greatly increased. And nightfall, and if all players die, your fire team is returned to orbit. So in that way it's going to be hard. In 2, 1 and go for that. Weekly Nightfall Strike again. New mission, weekly Nightfall Strike. Infiltrate Winter's Lair. Oh yeah, so of course I should infiltrate Winter's Lair, and because of that I'm just prepared enough, I guess. Yeah, I can proceed, I guess. Let's just go there. And let's just do a step-by-step Nightfall for this week. So of course you're just starting at the edge of the Venus in some way, and you will need to go to the what? I will need to infiltrate Winter's Lair, of course, and the lair's entrance is going to be around here. I think these enemies just not going to be Nightfall enemies, so in that way they are just going to die from a couple of shots. And in that way I was thinking that I should go in that way, but let's just use out my everything instead of this, because yeah, they are just because of that I do want to use it out. Let's just use it out in some way, and even for anything. Oh, somebody's just around yet. I mean, still around. Let's just take it out and then change my character to the Blade Dancer, because of course I will need it, I guess, because in this way it will have the ability to be invisible, and that way I think it's going to be priceless in some way. But of course I will not be able to jump up there that easy, so I'm just going to jump in here. Oh yeah, I'm just don't let them to hit me down. Yeah, somebody else was just around. Let's just move a little bit faster than I want, and because of that I just turned to invisible, and of course I'm just not there where I should be at the Nightfall stage. I'm proceeding instead of fighting against, so I think I'm just getting closer to this place. Oh yeah, even for that I do know in some way this. Let's just check it out, because yeah, it's just nightfall right now, so in that way it's going to be fine that the enemies just carry with each other.
What are they doing in here?
And one more. I think I just should not let them to hit me, of course. Let's just proceed further. Let's just check out what is it going to be. Let's just play like the crowd. Oh shit. Noble Shank. Yeah, it's just resisting, because of course you do need such thing like... Yeah, it's going to die easy, I guess. So in that way of course I should use something what is just upgraded in some way, because this is going to be fine for me. That is just going to get killed from a couple shot, I guess. So in that way I just do need to shoot on them. Yeah, because after I took their shield down, they are just dying from one shot. So in that way they are just not hard, they have hard, heavily shielded guys, and in some way they are going to be like the Psions before, but of course Let's just check out what I do have, and because of that, of course, it's just nightfall. I should not go up. I saw some sniper up there, but I'm still just shooting on the Axis Hydra, and if I'm just going to get out more than this, then the sniper there is just going to shoot me down, so I just should not let it. Yeah, for some reason they are just dying from one shoot. One shot into them. Somebody is just near and somebody else is just there. Yeah, it just teleported, I guess. Yeah, it was just a Goblin Zealot. So let's just check out who is around, and because of that is nightfall, I'm not going to jump up there. Of course, I'm going to make a round, because in that way I will have more distance between me and the enemy, and I think it's going to be really great for me that I will have such thing like distance between me and the enemy, because distance, I guess, in nightfall is my friend. So in that way, of course, I will need to watch for them not to get that close. Wow, it was really that number what it just wrote out. 15,000. Man, maybe it's just not the nightfall place right now, or what? I mean, really. But it doesn't matter. It's fine that I'm just killing down the guys around, and of course if they are just depleted, then I'm just able to pass. I'm of course expecting on such thing like it's going to be hard when I'm going to get to the boss, and of course that will be the hardest place where to fight, where I will need to fight. I think
If the Fallen are already fighting off Vex, they'll be ready for us. The Archon Priest will be well protected.
I think it's just going to be in some way easy to get there, not to... Oh, yeah, it's kind of... It's not the vehicle part now. Let's just shoot them down, but because of that the enemy is just against each other right now. Let me just observe them a bit, because in some way, of course, I should not get into the fight, but yeah, they are just not fighting against anybody else, just me. So in that way I will need to take care of them, of course, but there is two more, I guess, or at least one. Yeah, there is one more. Yeah, let's just shoot its head out, then let's just shoot the remaining parts of it, and then let me just observe the thing, what is going to happen, because in some way I heard a saying about you just should not go and fight against your enemies and live with revenge in your heart. Instead of this, let's just lay down to the side of the river, and let's just wait until the river is just going to wash up my enemy's dead body. So in that way, if I'm just not going to get into the fight, I think they are just going to take care of each other's, and I think you are only need to watch for that you are just not getting seen by the enemy, and because of that you just should not watch on them. So in that way, of course, it can happen that, look at this, that the Goblin Zealot is just going to get killed. He's just got. So it looks like there are 3 remaining fallen. I mean, no, the 2 remaining noble captain is just fighting against a Minotaur Zealot. Let's just check out what is it going to be, because in some way I do not see that the Minotaur Zealot is just going to win, because of the fallen is just better. Yeah, let's just check. They just won against the enemy, so in that way, of course, they will find me, I guess, but I never waited for this part. I think it just saw me, so I think I will be able to shoot on them. Let's just try out such thing like as... Oh shit! Oh yeah, it's just not going to be easy. I just let them to see me. Let's just try out to take down their shield. But it looks like to me that it just got killed from a headshot. Because of that I just have the good damage for against its shield, so in that way a one hit was just enough to take it down. How it looked to me. Oh shit. Yeah, shit. Oh, almost. I almost got down. Damn. Yeah, I'm just living up on the rocks and just should not get hit. But because of the enemy is just in some way under me, let's just check it out. Yeah, it's just really under me, and because of that I'm just was not crouching, so in that way the enemy was just able to track me down. But because of that I just crouching now. He's just not aware of my... He was not aware of my presence, but of course he just saw me.
We'll need to get through. I'll check it out.
So in that way, of course, he was on to shoot me down, but I was lucky and I was able to shoot them down. Of course, at this point, when all the enemy just cleared out, then I should go there and let other enemies to come by and beat them. But let's just look for a little bit of something around. Not that I do need anything, but let's just check out. If I just finished, let's just deploy the ghost and run back to that place where they just cannot reach you, because of course in some way it should be imbecile, I guess, if I would be just staying down there against them and oh shit, I would just let them to shoot on me. I should not. It's better up here, but of course I will need to watch, because of course they are just able to shoot up here. So in that way, of course, they will try, and of course if I won't be careful enough, they will shoot me down. And in that way, of course, even for that I'm behind a rock, I will going to get killed by the enemy. Oh, look at this. I will need to watch for the grenades, of course, because the enemy is just really able to throw up such thing like a grenade up to here, but of course I will need to watch for them. Should not let the grenade to hit you, of course, and expect more, I guess, or at least how it looks to me. On Nightfall they are just really throwing it a lot, and yeah, they just gathered around under me, so they are really aggressive in that way that they are just proceeding forward all the time, and because of that thing it just did not have anything such thing like, oh yeah, it's not going to be easy, I guess. Let's just try to find a better place for myself. Yeah, I did not play it on Nightfall before, so in that way of course I will need to watch what I'm just doing. But let's just shoot down the enemies instead of anything before. And let's just watch, not trying to get myself killed, because I'm just shooting on the enemy, and of course he's just shooting back while I'm not expecting such thing else. But of course I will need to watch for myself. Look at this, if I'm going to throw a grenade, they are just going to shoot instantly. Oh yeah, it was working. My grenade was working. So in that way, at least I do know that my grenade is just great against the Axis Minotaur, but how it looks to me, even for that it's just an Axis Minotaur, I think I am able to shoot on it at least, but of course it's not the biggest, I mean, it's not the greatest for me, because it's just bombing me, and I'm not sure, but if they are just going to hit me, then it can happen that I might get killed. And yeah, of course I'm not on to get killed by the enemy. Not that not that soon at least. But yeah, I think everybody just knows that it's a great place for you to hide against the enemy. Even for that they are just really shooting on you hard, of course. Let me just not getting down there, because in that way they would be able to reach me. So let's just try to find something else instead. Yeah, even for that I do see that I might be able to get reached. I saw a goblin here. Oh yeah, he's just still alive. Let's just shoot it down. Because of that, it just did not have any kind of head yet left. So let's shot into it. In that way, it's just not able to recharge its shield. Yeah, the only thing what I saw is just able to recharge its own shield when it's just got its head shut off was the Praetorian, what is in some way a Minotaur, but on the other hand it's just not a Minotaur, I guess. Yeah, I'm just really on to go back in some way, because I'm just seeing all kind of enemies around, and I think it's going to be fine around, because in that way I might be yeah, I think it was fine, but you should just crouch all the time, because in that way you are just a little less target. Crouching tiger is just working in some way. I will show you how it's going to work, but let's just do such shooting before, and let's just try not to get killed, but I think it just did hit me in some way. Oh, a lot of enemy. Just shoot them down, of course. And after, oh yeah, after I just shot them down, let's just not letting them to hit me. Oh yeah, a lot of hobgoblin. I would do such thing like shooting there something hard hitting big thing, but I'm just not able to, I guess. I just should do something like shooting them down. Yeah, let's just try to take care with them one by one. It's always working better than if you are just shooting on one, then try to shoot them down all at a time. So only one target at a time, and in that way of course you can proceed, because even for that the enemy just needs more shot into it. At least it's just going to get killed. Of course, if you just shot first into the Axis Hobgoblin, then it's just going to work like that. It's get into the invincible stance, which means that during this is just immune to any kind of damage. So in that way you will need to wait until it just get out from that stance, and after it of course you are just able to shoot on it again, maybe for 10 seconds or maybe a little bit more, because after it's just going to get into the same stance again. And of course, if I'm correct, then it's just replenishing a bit of its health. But yeah, somebody is just around, how the enemy indicator says, but of course I'm not on to approach on it. I think I will have problems with the enemy at the end, of course, and in that way it's not going to be easy, but it's just still down, and I'm just still not seeing what it is. What is it? It's just, oh yeah, I saw it. It was a goblin disciple. Let's just try not to fall down. Let's just try not to get killed. And after I just shut it down, I should just go back to the place where I was, because it can happen that some kind of hobgoblin is just going to spawn on me, how they did before. It's the third part, so there should be, oh, up is zeroed. Okay, it can happen that I'm just able to shoot them down with my own weapon, and that's a great thing, because at least I'm able to use it without any kind of specific damage. But of course with it, it's just going to work better, because it's going to be a one-shot weapon. It looks like I will need the blue extra damage against these enemies, because in that way it looks like it doesn't matter where I'm just hitting it, it's just going to get killed, because I'm taking down its shield, and then of course it's just going to get killed. Yeah, I'm just not sure what is it, because I just did not, maybe, I don't know, I should not go there, it just should not be open. Yeah, there should be more enemies around. The only pity, oh, maybe I just, no, it's not it. Ah, yeah, I do have weapon ammunition, I got it. So let's just check out these things, because I will need to shoot them down, and I should not let them to shoot on me, of course. Yeah, in some way I think it was fine for me. Oh, 3 of them. So in some way it was fine for me that they are just were that aggressive, that they were just really approaching me that way, that they were just coming toward me, and in that way of course they were not really able to eat me. And how I do see, I just got a lot of special things in some way. I'm not talking about the Jester SA, but even for anything I think I'm just proceeding. And of course because of that I do think that the hard part is just still awaits. I should not waste time. Let me just show something for you, because yesterday I just got aware of it, because somebody just showed me that yeah, you are just really able to get into the wall here, which would mean yeah, you are just not able to shoot out only this direction, but of course it's just I mean I think it's just really useless for anything. But as you can see, the game is just working like this, that you can get into some places. Yeah, let me just, oh no, where? Okay, I just lost my way, I guess. So I think it's not going to be a hard part, because the pikes are just going to help me.
Think they'd mind if we take their pikes?
I don't think they are going to like it, but it doesn't really matter. I made a video before about the pike, but I'm not sure that it was fully completed. Let me just not use out the pike right now, because in that way they will shoot me down. These are snipers, and against snipers you just need one good shot into their belly, I guess, or I don't know how to say it else. And in that way they are just getting killed instantly. So after it I will be able, I just pushed the wrong button, I think I will be able to shoot them down. Yeah, let's just check it out, because there is only one Axis Hobgoblin. I'm curious how much time does it take, or how many hits does it take to take them down, because the pike is just really hard hitting weapon, I guess. So in that way I think I might be able to proceed with it faster in some way. So I just shoot down everything. Oh yeah, it just do have even for that they do have shield. Yeah, they are just resisting, but I think they have void shield. I mean the Minotaurs and not Hydras, what were there? The Harpies are just using the blue damage shield. The blue shield, I don't know its name. Let me just check it out, because I'm just not using its name. Let's just see. It should arc damage. Oh yeah, so is oh yeah, that's what it said in the beginning, but I'm not that great right now that I'm just able and know that game better. So there are some titles what I'm just not really able to put into their places, I guess. But of course even for that I can figure it out myself. So it was an arc shield on the Harpies. So in that way of course I'm proceeding, and I think the last part before the last part is just going to come, when I'm just going to get here, and in that way I will need to shoot down a couple of remaining guys. And of course there is such thing like at least two, because usually there are two such thing like Hydra around, but it was like before, I mean it should have been like this, but there were 3 Axis Hydra instead of just 2. Oh look at this, they are just of course throwing grenades. And because of that I was aware of that there is one Axis Hydra down there, I was not on to go and shoot on it. you will need to watch, because up there is a lot of enemy, and if you are just getting out into their faces, they are just going to shoot you down, and because of that it's nightfall, I think that they are just really able to shoot you down. So in that way I think you should take out the Axis Hydras first right now, because in that way at least they are not going to disturb you in shooting on the enemy. Let's just check it out, because they are just going to think in some way they are just getting into cover, but of course I was able to shoot on it, and because of that it just not came out. Let me just try to shoot on the enemy up there, but of course I will need to be careful, and of course I will need to watch for the Axis Hydra not to get hit by it, because of course immediately I just got out, it's just going to shoot on me, and in that way of course it can kill me almost in an instant, because it's just a hard-hitting enemy. Of course I will need to watch for its shield, because I'm just not able to penetrate it through. But if there is if I'm just on that side of the Axis Hydra that is just do not covered out or mantled out by the shield, then of course it can be an easy enemy if you are just not in its fire. So I think I just got to the last place where Winter's going to run, or I think it's going to be me who is going to run. But of course before I'm going to get there, I will be on to shoot down the enemies, because of course they are just going to disturb me in a lot of ways, and I'm just not on to get killed. I will need to take care myself, because I'm alone and this is nightfall, and of course these enemies are just do have arc shields, so of course I will need to watch all the time with what I am shooting on the enemies, and what kind of enemies I am shooting with what, because it's just not going to be that great, but of course it's still working. I'm not sure that on level 28 the weapon on the basic level is just going to kill them with one hit, because I just upgraded it by the damage twice, this one, and in that way it can happen that is just exactly enough to kill them. So if you are just experiencing that you are on the 29th level and
a cell from the prison of elders. The Archon priest is still inside.
Okay. And you do not able to shoot them in the head with one shot, and they are just not dying. It might be because of that I just upgraded twice this weapon, I mean the sniper rifle, and of course don't forget that it will need an arc damage, of course. So the hard part is just going to be right now, and because of that of course I just played this game before, and it has its own place where to hide against the enemy. I'm going to show you, because in that way of course it can happen that everybody might be able to do the nightfall, but of course you will need to watch for this place is just not the best cover, because if you are just trying to if you are just trying to shoot on these guys and you are just on to get behind cover from them, then it can happen from the guys from here behind you down there is just going to shoot you down. So in that way it's not the best cover. You always will need to watch at least for those who are just there, and in that way if you are just shooting them down and those who are just there, so in this place you are going to be fine the most, because it can happen that the enemies just won't be able to shoot on you, so it can happen that you all will need just ammo, and I think it just can be made again. But of course I do see something else around. I'm not really seeing the enemy. It might be behind one of a cover there. Let me just check it out. I do have luck that this weapon's radar is just remaining. Yeah, let me just show you that if you are just crouching the enemy is just not going to see you. I mean, it's just not going to hear you, and in that way it can happen that you are just able to get behind it. But even for that, it can happen, of course, that in the nightfall. No, I think it just, I don't know if it just was aware of my presence. It might not working at nightfall, because it just works a little bit else. But of course I should go back here. Let's just check out what is around. Yeah, of course. So for that I'm just thinking that if you will be here, for that you will need to watch for that sniper exactly, because of course he's just going to shoot on you, and in that way of course you are just not able to hide from it. Or if you are just going to hide from that guy, oh shit, in that way it can happen that all others everywhere else just going to shoot on you, and it can happen that when you are just surrounded, you are going to get killed by the enemy, because you are just not able to hide fully. But it doesn't a problem now, because the enemy is just not that much. But of course for these shanks I will need to watch, because even for that they are just it's just enough to shoot on them with a sniper. Of course if I'm just not going to hit them, then it's just not going to be great for me, because in that way of course they will kill me down. So in that way it's just not going to be fine. Of course I'm not sure that I would be able to do the fighting part with the big guy. So I'm just not sure that I'm not going to use it out. Of course, let's just let it to work like it how it should, and let's just find out what is it going to be. I think I will just need a lot of bullets for my sniper rifle, because how it looks to me, the enemies just really do have a lot of arc shield on themselves. And of course, oh shit, I'm seeing you. Oh, almost. I think it was almost shooting me down. The last one, it was a lucky thing for me that it was just not hitting, because I think it would have killed me. So in that way, let's just shoot it down. Don't wait it until it's going to shoot me down, because he was just on to do such thing like shooting me down. And of course, if you are just getting to the place, and if you are just, or after you are just killed everybody around, you will need to get close to the Archon priests. Oh shit, somebody else is just down. No, light switch. Never let them to get close, you know? Oh, where am I again? Oh shit. Yeah, because in Nightfall they are just hitting you once, and you are just going to get killed. So I should go away from there, because I saw that they were just on to come close, and of course I'm just on to show you how to do it yourself. That's why you will need to watch, and of course you will need to take cover from the airplane, I mean the ship, the spaceship, because it's just going to shoot on you all the time. And I should watch not to get down, because I'm seeing on the enemy indicator that is just somebody around. So I will need to shoot them down instead of anything. And oh yeah, that's just not getting shot by them, because of course even for this it's not going to be easy, I guess. And even for anything I will be on to do this. Let me yeah, because of that the enemy is just really angry and really aggressive. In that way it can happen that they are just closing on you that hard that you are just not really able to see them, because they are just really under you. So in that way of course it might be a little bit problem, that they are just under you all the time and you are just not really able to shoot, and if you are just getting out 2 more, then you will be just getting down, I guess, and in that way, of course, the enemy is just going to take you down with 1 melee attack. So in that way, of course, I'm just not on to get down to this place. Let me just wait for the enemy till it comes around. But even for anything, let me just go down, even for what I said, because I just had to shoot it down, and because of that I was strong enough to do so. I was able to. So yeah, still 1 enemy around. I really need to be careful, because the light switch means that it's just going to kill me in 1 shot. Yeah, a lot of noble shank. I'm counting on 2 more, because most of the time... Oh, it's just... where to? Yeah, so I just got to the place where I should release the Archon Priest. But before I want to release it, don't get close to that place, I want to gather up rounds, ammo. I will need them. So you can release it by just approaching the something what he just arrived with, and in that way, of course, I am able to run away, and it's just going to come out and of course it's just going to shoot. And I do think that this Nightfall is just a makeable one because of this place, and you can say whatever you want, but I do know that a lot of people will just use it out to get the rewards for the Nightfall, because they will be able to do such thing like making it. I don't think that it's going to be hard for them to get here, because I just got here. So even for anything, let's just take your time. I think you are just really able to take place. I mean, it's just good for you. There is a little space for them to shoot on you, and of course it's just not that easy for them to shoot you down here. Let's just put a little grenade on them. Even for that it just resisted. Let me just check out. Yeah, anyway, I just got aware of myself that if the enemy is just using arc shields, then my arc blade, I guess, is just going to be really fine against them. But of course, because of that, I'm really lame with that thing. I'm just not going to use it out. But of course I should proceed in some way, so I just turn and shoot, because the enemy is just going to be around. Of course I do know that I just should shoot on the big guy, but right now I'm just on to take out the supporters, because of course it can happen that the enemy is just not going to be on my, not going to be for my help. So in that way I think I just should shoot on them. I'm just moving anyway. Yes, it just got close. Let's just shoot it down. So in that way it can happen that I will proceed, but of course I will need to watch always that direction, because the enemy is just going to be around, and if you just do not find the enemy, you can jump up more, and of course you will be able to get to a higher place. Yeah, I almost just got down. And of course I'm just not on to, even for that I just was not even hitting the guy once. So let's just try to get up here. Maybe it's just not going to be fine. I will need to clean a bit before how I do see it. Let me just check out, yeah, all enemies around, so in that way I think I will need to go back more. And because of that it's just nightfall. I'm not sure that the enemy is just going to deplete in some way. So even for anything they are just really shooting, and I don't really know what to do with the big guy, because of course I'm just not even seeing it. I just not even able to do anything against these kind of enemies. But let me just try to get out a bit more. Yeah, just try to live in this rock, on this rock. Let's just try to do such thing like getting up here. Yeah, I'm seeing a shank. Let's just shoot it down. And let me just check out where is the big guy. Because of course he's just going to come. Yeah, it's just going to come, I guess. Come closer, come closer. You will be great around, I guess. Let me just shoot you in the face. Yeah, of course there are places where you can shoot from, but of course you should be aware of what is behind you, because all the time you will get enemies in your back, and if you are just going to jump on them, of course it's just going to be like that you are just really going to get hit in your back, and because of that it's just really hitting the surroundings, and for that of course I'm just getting damage. I will need to watch for my shield, how it looks to me. After each recharge I am able to... Oh, somebody just shooting. Yeah, that just should not let it to hit me. Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, of course it's going to be the game of your patience, I guess. Because how it looks to me, the enemy is just... Oh, yeah, they are just really angry, I guess. Let's just check out if I'm just able to stay up here. Yeah, in some way I do think that it's just going to work. Let me just shoot on the big guy, because I will need to shoot this one down, not everybody else. And because of that, in some way I do think that I'm just progressing. Of course, it's a really great pace. I will need to watch for the damage, all the time. Yeah, just... Oh, damn, I'm just not able to. But that guy is just shooting all the time, and I'm just not able to. And they are just shooting all the time, and I'm just not able to. Dang it, of course it's not going to be easy. I do know that it's just going to be hard, but of course at least I do have a place to hide. So in that way of course I'm using it out. Let's just throw my grenade in and let's just check out what nothing happens. So in that way let's just do such thing like this. Let's just recharge it and let's just shoot back and let's just shoot on. And after it, let's just turn and shoot again, and let's just try to hit the big guy, because at least he's just around. So in that way, I am able to shoot on it, at least, and it can happen that I'm just taking down its health. Of course, I will need to watch what is it just doing, you man. You are really getting out from cover? You should not, I guess. Yeah, I should not go to the move to the left. I only should move to this direction, because in that way I'm just able to get out and to shoot on the guy. Yeah, and even for anything you can say anything, I am just will be able to show you how is it going to work. But of course I will need to watch for the enemy, of course, all the time, because it can happen that at some point they are just going to... What? Why I'm just really on to get out from cover is just nonsense, people. Yeah, it just... You just should wait until it's just shooting out its bullets, then you should jump up, and in that way it can happen that you are just not going to jump into its projectiles. So even for anything it looks like that I'm proceeding again, but I'm just afraid because of that I do not see any kind of snipers there. And I'm just starting to be afraid of what is it going to be like. Let's just take this one out, I guess. But maybe that was my best, I mean the worst thing what I could do. Let's just use out one ammo synthesis from my sniper rifle. Oh yeah, I'm just with the hunter, so I'm just able to hit its... Oh! Look at that! Arc damage, right? Damn it was... Yeah, arc damage, right? Look at this, with arc damage it's just really on to get it down. Yeah, it's just got easy. So in some way, if I would be able to... Yeah, I think I would have been able to do it if I would have known, aware of myself, that it has such thing like an arc damage thing, and because of that I just should not get killed, because I just got that big face. Yeah, I see. One more, I'm going to waste them more. Because I do got aware that the guy who I'm just shooting on should be shoot on with a sniper with an arc damage. And in that way, it just took down. Look at it, how many from its health. It just really took down 6,000, man. And it just took not too many. Because it just really died. So it's really the point that you just should use an arc damage weapon against that guy. So in that way I think I should not be up there. I will try it out next time. The Titan, I guess I'm just going to bring this with myself, because in that way the 6,000 damage I think is just really fine against the guy. So I think it will be fine. And of course I was able to do the Nightfall again. Of course it was the part where I was on to show how to everybody be able to gather this Nightfall. So in that way, of course, even for that I only got just 5 strange coin, I will get extra experience points. So in that way it's going to be fine for me. 5 strange coin is going to be fine when the Xir guy is just going to get back, and I will be able to use them out to buy that thing what it's going to need. Xir will let you have Xir will have what you need, but Xir is just not around, so it doesn't matter. I do have the strange coins for the exotic weapon bounty for Xir, and of course I think I just made it and it wasn't really that long. So the next couple video I think is going to be with the Warlock and with the Titan. It's going to be another kind, I guess, because I'm not going to get up there. I will upgrade my sniper rifle, because in that way I hope that is just going to damage 10,000, and then I will just need to only give 10 shots into its head. I don't know how much health it do have, but I think it doesn't matter. I just got my Nightfall again. It was easy in some way. Even for that, of course, I was hiding. This video is going to be that video what everybody should use out, I guess. And of course, thank you for watching this one. Goodbye.